Alright, I literally already recorded this, but something happened with the file. It got corrupted. But what a difference that a week can make, right? Like, damn, bro. I was feeling so good after these two trades. Like, I thought I had everything down packed, but that's what happens. You're gonna get humbled. Literally, last win, the title was "I understand it now." No, you don't, buddy. Nah, I'm just kidding. But yeah, this whole week's been honestly pretty bad, price action wise. Um, Not the greatest for what I was looking for, and so that resulted in me not taking any trades this week up until today on Thursday, and yeah, pretty big loss. As you can see, all these just it kept just going downhill up until now. Like, I had a big win, it got smaller, and then I had a break even, and then I had a biggest loss I took on this funded or in this combine yet, and then another big loss, and then my biggest loss. So every time I've kept increasing my risks, just been losing, and now I'm on a three trade losing streak, and it sucks. This I hate this feeling, bro. So frustrated right now, and I'm honestly very annoyed. But what happens? Reasons. I could do better on this. Before I get into the trade, I got a little FOMO today. I wanted to probably enter prematurely than I should have. Probably should have waited and been more patient. I take full responsibility for this loss and all my losses, but yeah, full responsibility for this. And I was the reason why this trade didn't work out. So, like I said, I already did this video, so I'm just gonna get straight into it. Um, so on both NQ and ES, we had hourly bearish order flow, but on the 4 hour of both indexes, we were maintaining bullish order flow. And so, yeah, we, yeah, still bullish. And then before this, we were bearish. So I guess I'll just start from the top. Market open. I mean, we came in and swept a low, not like these lows or hourly lows. We just swept like this area, came into this area of consolidation. So I really don't know what this big leg placement up, like what we were delivering off of. I guess what I just said, but I really wanted a liquidity sweep of some sort. And even if we did, like we didn't even have an entry. Like we had no significant retracement or anything. I mean, on the 15 minutes, just straight blue candles, bull run, like nothing, like no entry. So I honestly shouldn't even have taken anything today. Just it's easy to say that in hindsight, but yeah. So yeah, at this point, nothing was happening, and then I saw we swept some hourly highs or hourly high. ES, we also swept the hourly high. We also made equal highs with an hourly high, but we failed to reach that high on NQ. That's not what I based the trade on. I'm just pointing it out. So my logic through this trade. So we swept these highs. We got this placement down, which was this like retracement. Um, which we probably shouldn't even have taken a short because we were bullish. We were we were in bullish order flow on both time frames of the hourly and the 4 hour. But yeah. Anyways, you have this displacement down, and uh, I marked out equilibrium from these highs to these lows. I was looking for a retracement, a fair value gap to get hit, tapped into. I marked this one as well, and I saw, oh God, I saw we actually tapped this. I know this is like a very small oh, fair value gap, and you're probably asking like how significant is that? I felt the same way. I really did want to hit this fair value gap. That's what we should have waited for that. Because I mean, yeah, this is a fair value gap, but is it really that significant? I mean, the only reason why I marked it out and wanted to or I used it was because I've seen the guy I watch a lot mark these out and it going in his favor. So I marked it out. We got a strong bearish reaction out of it. I didn't enter solely off that. I wanted to wait for a little more confirmation. Uh, yeah, after this close, this candle formed, and we made this displacement down. Uh, I waited until we got back to this area, and then we did, and then I entered. Uh, Definitely kind of got FOMO and entered too early. Should have waited for this fair value gap to get tapped into and come more into equilibrium. We didn't even really tap equilibrium. Yeah. Um, we should have waited for this fair value gap. We would have saw invalidation, and I probably wouldn't even have taken any trades because yeah, I had stops at these highs, and yeah, originally it was not at these highs. It was like around I don't remember. It was before even this candle even formed, so I didn't really I didn't move it just because we saw this reaction. I was just able to risk more. Maybe not because that was kind of a lot I risked it, but yeah, we're honestly like one trade away now from blowing another funded. So there's that. And it's almost like that rebuild date. So we're gonna see what we want to do. I don't know, bro. I don't know. This is this is so bad. Um, yeah. So our targets was this low. Doesn't matter anymore, and we get stopped out. So so frustrating, and it sucks, dude. It really does. Like anytime I lose, it just feels like I'm taking two steps back, and I'm not. I know I'm not the only one that feels this way. It just sucks, dude. I got humbled. I mean, I didn't even think like I was all that. I just feel like I had not everything figured out. Just I felt like I had a better understanding of the market than I did like before. And after seeing these two results, I just felt so good. And this should have been a winner. One of these should have been a winner, but shoulda, coulda, would have. Now I'm sitting here $500 away from blowing another funded. I know tough times like this is part of the process, but it's hard going through it. And yeah, if this holds up, this is gonna wipe out last week's green week. Just feels like I'm blowing all my progress away. I know that's not the case, but it's hard to see it the other way. It's just very hard. I mean, I wasn't eager to trade today because we haven't traded all week. Because I really like this goes this just goes to prove that to myself that I knew I wasn't over trading and I knew I wasn't like forcing any trades because last week we took a trade every week, but I literally saw a setup every time that I liked. And this week, I knew when not to trade. I mean, if you just go to for yourself and check Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday was FOMC. Um, but this whole week's price action, even today, is not good. But yeah, I still trade it because you know I want to take a trade so bad, but just it sucks, bro. And like the shitty thing is, like I had to go to school later, and later I gotta like study for things I don't even want to. I don't even care about at this point. I just really want to make this work, and it's hard to try to make it work when you don't get the results you want, and just overall frustrating. But I gotta keep going, and I gotta be persistent. You know, like I have to work. I have to do whatever it takes, and how long it takes. Just very depressing. Not depressing. Oh, I wouldn't go there, but very frustrating to say the least. But I guess that's it. I don't really have anything else. Uh, this loss and every other loss and every win, I take full responsibility for. No matter the result, it's my fault. I'm the reason why it happened. It happens. I'm the reason why I win. I'm the reason why I lose. And I'll stand on it. And yeah, Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. No news tomorrow. Today we didn't have too much, but this whole week's been pretty bad, in my opinion. That's really it, man. That's tough. But yeah, I'm out.